This is the hotel that I stayed at, the Spalding Hotel. Absolutely gorgeous old place. They're renovating it. So I imagine coming back in another year and it'll be pretty amazing. So that is Fletch leaving after having dropped me off. Good morning and welcome to day 18 part 2. So what happened, so I did that 10k and then rang up to check there's still room at the hotel, and Fletch, the owner, came and picked me up, took me to the hotel. So I took a day and a half, and because it's injury time, I don't count it on my my calculations for the trail. So rest days, they count. So if I was having a rest arrive on the day 15, have a rest day, then I count that as day 16 and start 17. But injuries I don't count, which is why this is day 18 part 2. The rest was really good. I have to walk a bit to see how it affects my legs, though so far they seem okay. But mentally, that's probably the biggest difference. I was really getting negative. Just head wasn't in the right space, really not enjoying it, and just not looking forward to starting hiking. And that's sort of been the last week. Sort of wake up in the morning and normally I'm excited for the day, but on this trail I've just been cringing about how horrible it's going to be in the day. But I think the rest has done me good. This morning I was looking forward to getting back out. Helps knowing that I've got 5k on the road, so I keep my feet dry for at least an hour and a half. And weather, it's not raining at the moment. There's even a patch of blue sky out there, but there is grey clouds everywhere else. Forecast for the next 4 days is showers during the day, and then we're going to have 3 days of torrential rain. So that's what I've got to look forward to. But yeah, today 15k to get to Whistling Trek, and if I push the day a bit more I might get to Hallett, and there's a hut for us to stay in there, which will be nice if it's going to be raining. So, back on trail, feeling a lot better, and hopefully I enjoy it more. Must say, the town of Spalding, the friendliest towns I've come across. It's everyone I met there, all the locals are just amazing. The guys that run the general store, cafe, both very social and lovely people, always wanting to help, and offered to make a custom breakfast for me if I wanted, and yeah, really neat. And then Fletch and Ange, who own the pub, I've had it for about a year and they're in the process of renovating, but they were also just lovely. Nothing was too much trouble. Wanting to try and make everyone who came through welcome and help them out as much as they could. So if you're going to be on the trail and you're looking at somewhere to spend a zero or something, definitely recommend Spalding. It was, really neat. There's some different livestock apart from sheep. They always look funny when they've just been shorn. Just kind of bash through the grass to get to this sign. Woohoo! That is 500 kilometres, nearly halfway. Woohoo! The road's changed. It's now getting more into a farm track, and I'm glad it's dried out, because this is the stuff that gets really sticky and builds up on the bottom of my shoes. So, nice that it's dry today. Both legs feeling good so far, which is great. Happy with that. The road is slowly petering out to a grass track, and I think we're heading for that line of hills on the skyline, and we walk along that till just before the wind turbines and then off the other side. Oh, we're not continuing up the hill, up the grass track there. We're on a road. I couldn't see this road from back there. So yay! Still on the road. A little bit longer of easier walking. It's a good hill I'm climbing. Nice gradients. I'm just chugging my way up. Oh, it's hot though. The sun's just come out from the clouds. Nice and hot going up the hill. Made it onto the ridgeline. And now off the road and onto, I'm assuming, fence line travel. I may be lucky and have a track, but I'm assuming it's going to be a fence line. So yeah, it's the fence line we're following. There is this track going along beside it. So we'll follow this as long as we can. And the great thing is the grass is dry. So even if this track gets overgrown, dry feet still. Hey, I have a view, that's where I'm going. Basically heading along these hills. And look at that. Climbed up enough to get a view, and it's nice that we're starting to get into more hilly country. Not that flat terrain that I don't like. Alright, I was wrong, the grass is wet. The deeper grass is a little bit wet, but this track so far is keeping relatively clear of it, just a few sections, but I can see the track ahead, it's got a bit more grass on it. Oh well, that is life. First wildlife of any type, it's a bobtail in the middle of the track. That one's got quite distinct stripes on it. Tail's very stumpy on that one. Alright, going around. Slowly climbing up this hill, getting up to the antenna, and thankfully still on a little track. No sheep. It's like the fence line used to be a stone fence all the way along here. So much work that goes into it. Finding the stone, loading it onto a cart, bringing it up here and then building it. Very impressive what they used to do. Not too far from the top now. You can see the track I've just walked along. It's pretty windy. That vehicle track is now going the wrong way, so there's a very faint sheep trail at the moment I'm following to get me back up to the ridgeline. I don't mind this sort of travelling beside the fence line because I actually have a track to follow, and I don't mind that there's long grass that goes over. It's where my feet go at ground level, which is the important thing. So that I can swing my leg through clear easily and not be fighting the grass as I'm swinging my leg through. So this is actually quite pleasant. I'm up high, I've got nice views, looking out, I see hills ahead, I'm climbing a hill, I see a tree. So yeah, this isn't too bad actually. It's a tall stile, a gap from there to there. And as it's going over, I saw these beautiful colour, two beetles. Right. Still climbing. Completely no track up here at the moment, but it looks like there's a really good track coming up ahead. So it's not a clear dirt vehicle track, but the farmers put weed killer along the track, so at least it's a lot easier walking than in the long grass. See where I'm heading? Now that looks like an actual track down below. And going up the hill to make for easier walking. Got to be careful, it's a bit rocky on here, so while the grass isn't as long, it's still can't go too fast. Another high point. Continuing along, I think the water point's just short of the wind turbines. Fortunately, the track's about to run out. This is Undunny Hill, but we continue on straight up that big hill there, over the other side. It's about 2k to get to the water point. Coming up the hill, the grass is short, but now I'm on the top. The grass has gone back to long again. I think that's the water point on top of that next hill. This is very aptly named Whistling Trick Water Point. It's pretty windy up here. Whew. And yeah, definitely a water point and not a camp spot. You would not want to be camping up here. Fill it with water and then we drop down to a road. 22 kilometres to get to Hallett, which is what I'm going to push for, because there's a hut to stay at in Hallett, and it's a mixture of roads and other, which means it could be fence lines or it could be tracks, I don't know. Right, let's see what this says. 22.5k to Hallett. Oh, it's just nice standing behind this shelter, getting a break from the wind. Got 1.5k along the tops here to get down to a road, and then it's on roads for a while. Some lambs in amongst those sheep, and wind turbines disappearing into the distance. Ooh, that's the road. So from here I'm on the road for 7 kilometres. So that'll be nice just to trudge along for a bit. Little information sign. The north section winds its way through great expanses of grazing land along ridges and ranges and through tracts of bushland. Much of the region appears to have been cleared, however many of these treeless ranges are natural grasslands. Oh, okay, realise that. Talking about the wind farms, and so what do we got? Spalding. So the other day I walked to here. This morning I got dropped off back here, and I am currently here. And basically I will be going to the Old Hallett railway station as my target for today, if I can make it. Makes for a long day, but it'll be nice being inside. And then we continue, and finally, look, we get into some bushland, hopefully. And then all the way down to Bura, where I'm having a rest. As you can see, it's basically, I've been heading north, going across a big loop before I start heading south again. And looks like we are rejoining the Heysen Trail. The wind, thankfully, there's big turbines there. As you can see from the direction of the turbines, the wind was coming to my side. So while it was blowing me around a little bit, it wasn't too bad. And the good thing is now I'm changing direction. I largely have the wind at my back, which would be lovely. And dropping off the ridgeline, not quite as strong as well. But nice to have a tailwind for a little bit. I just got attacked by, I am assuming it is a wasp. So I am walking in the middle of the road, big wide road. I'm nowhere near either side. And this, I didn't get to see it very much, but basically came at me and came in there and just started stinging, and I'm assuming it's a wasp because I think it was twice that it stung me, and just kept coming at me. I took my hat off and I was flapping it to try and get rid of it, and it just kept on coming at me. I probably walked another 30 or 40 metres just madly flapping my hat at it, trying to make it go away. Didn't get a clear look at it. I saw a slight flash of yellow. Oh, there was no reason to attack me. I'm just walking, and yeah, I'm not sure if you can see anything, but yeah, a couple of places there are quite painful at the moment. Thankfully I don't react to bee or wasp stings, but yeah, it just hurts. But and it was, yeah, just so sudden, weird. In Australia, everything's out to get you. But actually on a sealed road now, only for a kilometre along this road, and then there's a junction. The road I've just come down, obviously flooded, and they've put this metal here, and it looks like this flooded across here as well. Still a fair bit of water. All the locals are telling me this is so unusual, having so much rain, especially at this time of year. Because I don't believe them. I came here expecting the outback, dry and arid. Instead it's lush and green, water everywhere. The bluff road. Yakawi 27, I'm not going anywhere near Yakawi. So I'm now on this road for 2 kilometres and then turning off the roads. It's quite mesmerising just staring at the wind turbines. They're all at slightly different sync. There's nothing else to look at. Long straight road or paddocks or more wind turbines to stare at. Good thing is that big sign means you don't miss where the turn off is. Private property, so no camping. All of what I've been over today has said no camping. So basically don't have a choice but to get to Hallett. So last time I showed this picture I was there, and I'm now here. About to turn off the road and cross country following fence lines. So it looks like there is a track for the first little bit, but I don't see tracks going up the fence lines up the hill. So we'll wait and see. Still not dried out. This track is that horrible sticky red clay, and it would have been absolutely awful while it was still wet. Another reason I'm glad I took some time out in Spalding. I think this track wasn't visible because the crops were hiding it, so I was looking at the road from over there. But the good news is I'm actually on a track, which is nice. And that is it for the track. Now it's following the fence line through the long grass. We'll cross over, there's a road just up there, we cross that, and then there's another 5k after that. I'm really hoping it's the track I can see and not the long grass. Curious what this crop is. Those are the flowers that are on it. We are walking right tippy-toeing on the very edge of the crop. And different crops next door. Been trying to think of how to explain what it's like walking through here, and I guess it would be walking through water that's just below knee height and doing that for a couple of kilometres. That's what it is, because you have to lift your feet up over these flowers and pull your foot through. Either try and get it up high enough so it's over the flowers, or pull it through the flowers. So yeah, that's probably the description, so you can understand why I find this so tiring. I am very happy to be clear of that. That was just a hard slog. Right. Let's see what's on the other side of the road now. That sign is the Heysen Trail pointing to where I am heading, which is a positive sign that it's a track and not fences. And I think I see a track. Oh, yes, I think it is the one I saw going up the hill. That is a very welcome sight. 5-ish k along until I get to a road. Bit of a climb ahead, but it looks relatively gentle gradient to get us up there. Nearly at the top now. These twin turbines, they just don't look big until you actually get up close to them and realise how tall they are. So from the ground to the top of the blade, if the blade is upright, 124 metres. So they're pretty big. Not sure what that is, holding a whole lot of either grain or fertiliser or something like that. So on the road for the rest of the day, so I have 8 kilometres to go. A whole lot of birds around here. I guess it's because it's the first trees I've seen in a while. A lot of, I'm not sure if they're crows or ravens, and a few smaller ones as well. They're all flying away now. There you go, just a few. Heaps of them. It's amazing. Change of road and change of colour of the road. Onto the red now. Very glad it's dry now. Let's see if I can keep my feet dry. It's looking pretty boggy in there. That is not looking good. Yeah. It's not actually very deep, so I managed to keep my feet dry, which is good. Should only be mornings I get wet feet. It's nice to have them dry by the time I finish for the day. It's the town of Hallett, all the way over there. I don't actually go into the town, I go about 1 kilometre to the south, so I won't get to see the town. There's a rabbit up there. I am surprised by how few rabbits I've seen. I thought there would be a lot more. There's a long straight road ahead of me, but where the road changes colour, I actually head across, turn left, and then straight again. I'm being dusted with something from this plane. It was a liquid of some description. Not sure what it's doing. I'm going low to the ground. Look how low that plane's getting. What is spraying? Grateful that they've moved over, so I'm not getting whatever it is I'm spraying. I'm guessing the pilot's having to go so low because it's a really windy day, and whatever they are spraying would just be spread all over the place. Another big puddle to try and get around. Try and pronounce that word. Willowgolichi. Or Tin Hut Corner is much easier. Alright, so turning away now. It's quite good having the plane, something to look at. This is the last corner of the day, so from here I have a dead straight line for 3 kilometres, and then that will be me for the day. I've reached the town, and the Mawson and us go in different directions, but pretty much heading to the far side of that silo. I think that yellow building is where I'm heading. Anyway, so yeah, heading down to, it's the old railway station for the town. And we are turning here over this ladder bridge. It's pretty fancy, and yeah, pretty sure that's a building. Turned out to be a lovely day. Clouds building up over there, and I'm fully expecting it to have showers overnight, but yeah, turned into a nice day. There we go. Not sure how I get up. It's a big climb for this time of the day. No stairs or anything. I must have missed a marker because closer to the silo is a gate to get through, and then that takes me up onto the top. So this is the space. It's basically got bunks. I think that's enough for 4 people. Couches. And then in this room is pots and pans and stuff, some couches and a table, and you can recharge the electronics as well.